Sorry, I'm like a couple of minutes late. I had to get everything set up, so I'm just gonna post the link for the Patreon, and then we're gonna get started. Okay. I hope you guys are well. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I'm just really quickly posting the link to the live stream for the Patreon so they don't miss it. Circle live stream. Okay. Boom. Patrons are aware. Okay. So, I want to know how everybody is doing. So please start typing how the eclipse was. We are going to talk about it because, quite frankly, so I'm going to start reading all of these messages. But seriously, please comment and tell me how this eclipse was for y'all. Go off, and then we're going to talk about it. So, Santa Muerte Tarot and Count Tormenti said, I've been asleep for 2 days. During the night, I got a Cancer moon and vertigo astrology, also I'm in Cancer. But well, these are miracles happening fast. Listen, yeah, it's a very, very spiritual time. I feel it's very like, I don't know, this like, I feel like that cardinal vibe is almost like a little bit of an anxiety, just a little bit. It's just like this little push, this little like, keep going, keep pushing, keep moving, keep like, you know what I mean? Like, it's emotional. I've been thinking about what I want and need. Yup, hit the nail on the head with that one. It's all about self-nourishment. All about self-nourishment, because we're in Cancer season, and if you're not like, you know, 5 years old and need your mother, you actually keep growing up, and then you realize that you still need that nourishment. So you usually, like, people will seek it in so many different places, but then a lot of the time they'll have to go back to themselves and do it. So it's a lot. That water looked good. Yeah, I needed ice cold water, so I got it. Emotional and been thinking about what I want. Oh, I read that one. Empowering. I did a ritual during the eclipse and felt completely cleansed, and now I'm just exhausted. I feel that I slept till 11:40 like 5 today, and then I got up and I had to go straight into readings. Like, I ate something very quickly and then I had to go straight into readings because I was very booked today. So yeah, I was just readings, and then in between I was cleaning my space because I'm still, you know, you guys know that I moved in mid-March, and I'm still finishing up the cleaning. But I'm telling you, I slept a lot, and I did do a ritual last night, which was very beautiful. I did it with Bae. It was very beautiful, but it was just like we were both exhausted. Like we didn't even want to get up, but we definitely had to. So there's that. I want my ex back and loving myself. Mercury retrograde vibes. Hashtag Mercury retrograde vibes. Hashtag Venus and retrograde vibes. That's really what that is. I turned on a white candle, very tired. I slept all day. Yeah, I feel like this day especially, I feel like today specifically is on a state of recovery. I said I was tired too, but honey, my high as fuck. I feel that I'm probably gonna smoke a little bit later tonight just to relax. Like, my muscles, like back here especially, I haven't gotten to do yoga since I came back from the mountains, from climbing the mountains for 16 hours. So my back right here still hurts from the book bag because I had to kind of change. Me and Bay had to kind of change book bags because she had put too much stuff in her, so it was a little heavy. So I had to like switch off the load with her a bunch of times, and it just messed up my back. And I really, really need to do some yoga. I might just push myself to doing it tomorrow. Beach is amazing. Spending time with Yamaya is amazing during Cancer season. She is very, very nurturing during this time, like especially if you need that mothering, that nurturing energy and you don't want to necessarily give it to yourself, you can definitely like go to the ocean and go to Yamaya and like she will give you that like calm, that needed like calm that I feel like everybody needs. So I'm glad that everybody's like in a recovery mode. I mean, yesterday's energy was very, very powerful though. It was just, it wasn't intense as like, you know, like I would say like an Aries eclipse, because that would be just, that would kind of be a little bit much. But it was like emotionally intense, where I felt very like focused on what I was doing. Like I literally mapped out my day. I was fasting in the morning, just to get myself ready. I did a spiritual bath before my actual like ritual that I was doing for the eclipse, and it was just like I was centered and focused on my like, you know, what I'm working to manifest. So it was definitely a lot. It was definitely a lot. So pulling up the chart right now to see where we're at. How are these retrogrades affecting y'all? Can we just talk about that for a second? Because I feel like we're in Cancer season, and it was very like, you know, we just started the emotional journey in Cancer season, but these retrogrades have been a little bit smooth for me. I don't know how it's going for you guys, but I do feel like there's some people that are really kind of struggling with them, and then there's some people that are like, you know, I don't know, going with the flow a little bit. So I feel that too, the centeredness and focus outcome. I'm calling back my power in everyday and beautiful stuff. Yeah, I feel that. I've been feeling very, very, very centered, very grounded, very just I feel like in the element of the thing. For me, it was emotional, and I cried yesterday and today. That's gonna be Cancer season for you guys. Every time there's like a sun in a water sign, it's a lot of emotions. At some point, you're gonna have to cry. At some point, you're going to have a lot of hard conversations. Woo! At some point, you're going to have to like address certain things. Like it's a time of just pulling it back and just, it's all about really self-care. Like Cancer season is a whole self-care vibe, self-care mood energy. So if you're crying, you have to like take some time, be by yourself. It's not one of those, I'm gonna party with everybody, I'm gonna be with everybody, you know. I've been in hard conversations with my ex. Yeah, Mercury in the retrograde. So that's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen. I feel like, especially because Mercury is retrograding in Cancer, it's a very like emotionally charged mental state. It's not just, you know, it's not just like mental and in your head. It's like the emotions attached to it. So it's like Mercury in Cancer can bring that moon element and that Mercury element and combine it into one, and it's like emotional consciousness, which is what Cancer is. And it really amplifies things. It makes things a little bit, you know, a little bit too much. Because Mercury is just trying to get the message across, but Cancer is just like, but all of these emotions that I have, and this is how you made me feel, and this is how, you know, like it's just, it turns into like, I was just trying to give you a message to like all of the feels, all of the feelings, all of my emotions is going right in your face. That's what you're gonna get from me. So it's definitely, I feel like it's a lot. It's definitely like you're either having an easy time dealing with it or you're not. So you definitely got to look at your transits for that. I would definitely stay on top of the astrology chart for specifically for this month, like on it. Strong sense of individuality and being called to be a leader. Yeah, no, you know what's funny right now? I have Jupiter in Cancer, and I know that's a placement that many of us have, because if you were born in 1990, you basically have Jupiter in Cancer, okay? So I was born in 1990, so I have Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is the placement for leadership in the spiritual community. So it is a very, it's like one of those trigger spots where it's just like, hey, you have to nurture others, because that Cancer energy, you have to nurture others, but in a spiritual way, in an emotional way, in a way where we're connected on a spiritual level, where it's not just, you know, I'm teaching you something. It's more of, oh, I can vibe with her, I can connect with her, I understand what she's saying. Like, she says it in a certain way where I actually understand what she's saying. Like, stuff like that. That's something that I navigate through, which is why Cancer season tends to usually be a very like spiritual time for me, because I'm always like studying something. I'm always just like, I'm about to get my Reiki Master certification in July with my friend Vanessa, whose company is Celestine Healing Company, I believe that's what it is. And she did my Reiki 1 and 2 certification, and I'm about to get my third, my Reiki Masters, which means that I'll be able to start teaching Reiki to others. So I'm excited about that. And just to learn the new symbols, I've been getting pushed to, like, you know, get my Reiki certification like for a while, so I'm just like, okay, let's get it out the way. But I'm really excited, and it's happening in Cancer season, so I'm not surprised at all. And then come like after July goes into, you know, Leo season, I'm literally flying to Puerto Rico with Faye, so it's gonna be lit. It's like half the month is like studious, and the other half of the month is like we out to traveling, which is something I love to do. So oh, let me look at your comments. Hold on. So, hold on. Is it possible during a meditation when you're calling back your power to have your body physically shake and vibrate? Yes. Yes, it is. That is actually possible during any type of meditation, including sound healing, including Reiki, including, like, there's been times where I got a sound healing from Vanessa, because she's also a sound healing practitioner. She did a sound healing for me, and I swear to God, my body was off the table. Like, I was just like, just everywhere. And I was like, girl, and she was like, no judgments here. No, it's just like zero judgments. Like, tell me what downloads you got. Like, we got to talk about it. It was beautiful. But you will have a lot of different types of experiences when you're meditating, because it's almost like you have to think about it this way. Your spirit, your spirit is inside this physical form. But when you are accessing your meditative state, you are literally trying to shake certain things up about your energy field, and your body will react to those changes, especially if they're happening like very quickly. So like if you're getting like a Reiki or sound healing, your body's adapting to those spiritual changes within those moments. So then it's just kind of like jolting, and your body's just having to calibrate to that change. So that happens literally all the time. Do not be ashamed about that. That's normal. That's a normal thing. Someone says, today my friend needs me in the same time. They want to talk in the same time. Very frustrating. Yeah, it's one of those times, especially Cancer season, that people are going to look for people that know how to take care of them. So if you're the type of friend that everybody can count on, that, you know, everybody likes to get advice from, that everybody, like, you know, that people just, you're like the go-to person and you have to take care of everybody else, that's a very Cancer 4th house, 6th house kind of placements. Even 11th house too, because it's like friendships and stuff. Then you are kind of, people are going to be looking for you. People are going to be looking for you left and right, especially if you're also a Virgo ascendant as well. People are going to be looking for you to just be like, hey, can I get your advice? Hey, can that? And it's kind of like people are going to want you to hold space for them. Because again, they're looking for that nourishment anywhere they can find it. So sometimes we do that to our friends, and, you know, not just our family, but our friends. So it can be a little bit, I guess, frustrating if you're trying to kind of keep your energy to yourself, or trying to be a little bit more just detached, or like hermiting a little bit, and just like, you know, I'm just trying to conserve my energy. I'm trying to just pull back a little bit. I'm trying to like give me a couple days. It can be frustrating if you're trying to do that and then everybody's like, hey, I need you. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, oh my God, I was really feeling bad today. It can definitely take a toll. So you do have to assess the situation and see where do you want to give your energy and where you might need to pull back. This is when a pendulum comes in handy, by the way, into like, I literally, I always carry a pendulum with me. Sometimes I'll use like my crystal necklaces as a pendulum. I'll take them off and I'll be in the store and I'll be like, should I buy this? And I'll be waiting for it to say something, and then I'll be like, is there anything else that I need to buy in the store? And then if there is, I'll go around and make sure I'll do another swoop. And that goes the same for, should I text this person back right now? Should I, this is when a pendulum is really good, because it's going to put your needs, like what you should do, into perspective, and it's going to give you an answer. And it's just one of those, just do it and go. That's it. I'm a Virgo, Cancer Moon, and Virgo Rising, and Virgo Venus. Oh my God, how do you deal with your Virgo Venus? That's a very harsh placement. It can be a harsh placement. It is not exalted in Virgo, okay? So Venus doesn't like being in Virgo. So how do you deal with your Virgo Venus? I always get curious. I know a couple of people that have their Virgo Venuses, and I do find that they have some issues with relationships or retaining partners, or like, how do I explain? They just have issues kind of connecting, or they either fall for really like people that need a lot of healing, or they're very like too kind of perfectionist about the partners that they want and stuff. It can be very complicated with Virgo and Venus. So how do you deal with your Venus in Virgo? I'm just a little curious, because that is definitely, that's not an easy placement to navigate through. So let me know how you deal with that. But yes, so one of the things that I did want to talk about for this week was about the retrogrades specifically, because I feel like while Cancer season is going to find its way to kind of nourish your way into the past, it is something that we should really, really, really pay attention to in regards to like healing the karma. I know a lot of you guys always ask me about ancestor work on the lives as well. This is actually the perfect time to work on that, just because of the planets specifically that are in retrograde, and what knowledge you're getting from them, and what it is that you want to heal ultimately, what it is that you want to focus on, recalling back your power. All of those type of things have to deal with retrogrades. I don't know if you guys knew that recalling your power had to deal with retrogrades, but your power, especially in past lives, gets trapped in certain past lives in certain ways. A lot of it, the time, is like the trauma holds them there, and you're not fully whole because that one trauma is trapped in that one lifetime, in that part of your soul where you're just like not fully capable of embodying yourself to the fullest. And so when it comes to recalling your power, which is something that we should all be doing during retrogrades, I feel like that gets ignored, like during these times. Like a lot of people love to be like, I'm recalling my power, I'm calling it back, I did the meditation, I did all this stuff. But then when the energy is there collectively to heal so much stuff, because there's literally, what, 5 planets in retrograde? Like that's a lot of retrogrades. And Pluto is one of them. Okay, that's death energy, that's past life energy. Saturn is also one of them. And Saturn rules that karma, that karmic justice, that karmic balance, and the things that you have to pay from the past. So it's like a really, really good time to call back your power in a way that's empowering and nourishing to yourself. So if you haven't been doing that or thinking about doing that for the past like couple of weeks, months, I would say, that we've been in retrogrades, now that we have a lot of them going all at once, I would definitely recommend looking into that type of work, especially if you're trying to better yourself and get stronger and really get to the point where you're just like very confident with your craft, with yourself. Also, talking about your craft, the Book of Shadows weekly prompt is going to go up on the Patreon tonight. We do one of these every single week, and the patrons love it. It's basically like your book of shadows, but I prompt you. There's a PDF, and I prompt you with questions in different aspects of your life, different aspects of your craft, into challenging you to actually address certain issues, which help develop your craft and who you are as a person, as a witch, as a bruja, as a brujo, all of these things. And with your journey through spirituality, which I feel like it's one of my favorite things that I've created for the Patreon and created for you guys as a whole. Aside from my YouTube, can you guys believe that we're about to reach 6,000 followers? I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I tell Bayo, I'm like, oh my God, there's 6,000 of y'all following me. And we're just gonna keep growing and learning and doing the most. And I just can't wait to continue to like share all of the things with you guys, because it's just a lot of fun. So definitely do not sleep on that work, because you guys need to do that work. It is really, really important for you to stay consistent in recalling your power, because that, even when it comes to ancestor work, recalling your power is a big one, especially when you've had like generational curses put on you, things that have been passed down that are out of your control put on you that you have to now deal with. It's like, no, recalling it back, just having a new shift, changing that dynamic, changing that structure, and then moving forward in a brand new way where you're actually more comfortable with yourself and your energy. So it's like, it's more empowering that way. So definitely do not forget to do that work, because it's not easy, but it's necessary. Okay, so I'm gonna start pulling cards because I want to know what's happening for this week. I am very curious, because I'm like, yo, first week of Cancer season, we started it off, okay, popping with a straight off eclipse, and it was definitely something else. I'm gonna be using the Miss Cleo's Tarot deck. I love this deck. It's like really actually one of my favorite decks. It's literally $5 on Amazon. You really can't go wrong with this deck. It just looks so cool. See? So let's see what's coming up for us for this week, what we need to be aware of. I also love the back. It's just like a really interesting pattern to it. I just love this deck. This deck is really amazing. Also, if you're not taking a spiritual bath every week till Cancer season is over, you're doing the thing wrong, okay? Take a spiritual bath once a week. I'm telling you, your body, your spirit will thank you tenfold. Anytime it's a water sign season, you want to take spiritual baths consistently every week without fail. So what do we need to know? That went all the way over there. Hold on. Ooh, hold on. It literally flew to the other side of the room. Okay, so we have death,